Well, welcome, 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 welcome. We are excited to have our Leadership Anthology 10 by 10 by 10. You ever heard of something like that? So let's go ahead and get started. It is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to go through this. Just a few housekeeping first. I'm Angela Odom. I'm going to ask you to use the webinar chat platform. Go ahead and introduce yourself inside of the chat, and we definitely thank you for registering and thank you for showing up. All right, thank you, and let's get started. So what you will discover on this Leadership Anthology 10 by 10 by 10 is 10 things about this Leadership Anthology, 10 people who can benefit from this Leadership Anthology, and 10 ways you yourself can benefit from this Leadership Anthology. Fair enough? So I'm Angela Odom, and I am a retired military officer. Military service was a pathway for me. I started as a private in the greatest army on the planet, and then was fortunate enough to remain in and retire from the Army after 27 years of honorable service in the rank of colonel. The first year after I retired in 2016, I wrote my first book, Bronco Strong, a memoir of the last deployed Personnel Services Battalion. And now we have come to a space where I am one of 12 contributing authors for Camouflaged Sisters, Leadership Through the Eyes of Senior Military Women Leaders. And that's what we're talking about today, the Leadership Anthology, right? What I learned from the first book was it's good to tell people what it's about and how it could benefit them. And oh, by the way, answer questions about it. And so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. What I have come to understand is that most women undervalue themselves. So I created a system that helps them grow their personal leadership skills so they show up with confidence in their workspaces and within their social environments. That's what I do inside of my personal development company. I am a certified personal development coach and also, leadership coach, trainer. The Better You Project is a community of women leaders, right? And so Camouflaged Sisters, Leadership Through the Eyes of Senior Military Women Leaders is in the pre-sale right now, and you can definitely get your copy. You send a note, you go to angelaodom.com/books, BOOKS, and I will send you a signed copy of this really amazing collaborative project. Again, so what you're going to discover today is 10 things about this Leadership Anthology, 10 people who benefit from this Leadership Anthology. Like, who is it for? What's it about? And then, of course, how can it benefit you? That's what we're doing today. So the very first thing I wanted to just let you know that this is the vision of Lila Holly, who's a combat veteran. She's a retired U.S. Army warrant officer. So she is the CEO and founder of Camouflaged Sisters, LLC. She is, quite frankly, amazing, right? She's a multiple award-winning Amazon best-selling visionary author. So she's behind this whole movement where she partners with other military women veterans and, just help them share their stories. It's really quite impressive. And so she's published 6 books, 5 anthologies with 75 co-authors. I'm going to say that again. So she's published. Not, I wrote it. No, it's published. She's published 6 books, 5 anthologies with 75 co-authors. And so that's really impressive right there. That's number 1. Number 2 is Camouflaged Sisters, Leadership Through the Eyes of Senior Military Women Leaders is the 5th anthology for Camouflaged Sisters, right? And these are the books right here, book covers. So number 3 is there are 12 military veteran women co-authors for this leadership anthology, Army and Air Force, and it's amazing to have been a part of this journey. So the chapters, that's number 4. As we continue on to 10 things about this leadership anthology, number 4 is the chapter titles. 1, Tanya Smith's title is Making People and Organizations Better Through Leadership. Alejandro Santiago's chapter's title is Expectations, Management, and Values. Melissa McFraser was Pearls of Wisdom. Karen Wright Chisholm is Mentorship is Critical for Your Success. And Amanda Randolph, Mentorship Requires Investment of Time and Energy. And Dr. Eurydice Stanley, Important Matters. Elizabeth Eckford, The Unintentional Leader. And I'm just going to stop right there. Elizabeth Eckford is a civil rights icon. When you see the picture of the Little Rock Nine, of the little 15-year-old sitting on that bench, that's Elizabeth Eckford. So the title of her chapter is The Unintentional Leader. Dr. Sheila Bonado, title of her chapter is The Conversation. Cynthia Kiefer Patton, title is Leading from the Middle. Dia Aubrey's chapter is Leadership, a Science and an Art. And then yours truly, Angela M. Odom, the title of my chapter is Beyond Competence. Beyond Competence. And then Lila Holly, the visionary author behind all of these anthologies, title of her chapter is The 5 People I Met on My Leadership Journey. And so you can see how that is very diverse. So we'll keep moving forward. Number 5 is Forward by Erica Kelly. She's a retired Air Force Chief Master Sergeant, and we're grateful to have her wisdom set the tone of the entire book. The book was published by Purposely Created Publishing, and you can visit them. I put the link right there, publishyourgift.com. And of course, the book will be available for sale in all the places that books are for sale, right? And that would be Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, all those different places. You'll be able to get a copy of the book. You definitely can always go to angelaodom.com/books, BOOKS. That's number 6. Number 7 is the official book launch is Thursday, September 26, 2019. It's going to be in Killeen, Texas, and it's a joint venture between She Leads 365. It's presented by Patton Leadership Consulting, which is one of the authors, Cynthia Kiefer Patton. This is her business, and she is partnering with Camouflaged Sisters. And of course, you can go to www.sheleads365.com, or the tickets are actually available on Eventbrite right now. Eventbrite tickets are available right now. And of course, this is again on campus of Texas A&M, and it's Thursday, September 26th, beginning at 8:30. So I encourage you to get there early, get your good seats, and be ready to engage. So that the official book launch is Thursday, September 26th. Number 8, this book reveals the subtle nuances and also challenges of being a senior female leader in a male-dominated profession. It also shares lessons and the importance of mentors in professional development. Right. That's number 8. Number 9 is it's an excellent resource for learning different leadership styles. And more important, I think you can learn about how your own leadership style may develop over time as you're involved. And also, you might also get a look at how you may be hindering someone to become a better version of themselves because of your style. So it'll help you with some insight, right? Number 10 Diversity of the co-authors I mentioned earlier. And so we have women veteran, we have business owners, consultants, adjunct professors, we have community leaders, we have public speakers, coaches, national icons, we have, moms, aunts, Air Force, Army, and so that's pretty impressive. That's number 10. So that's the 10 things about this leadership anthology. So what do you think? Let me check the chat for what you think. Check the chat real quick. Read that real quick. Okay. All right. I see you have, okay. You like that. Thank you. Oh, thanks for that comment. Oh, thanks. Okay. I see that. I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are still with me. Okay. So 10 people who benefit from this leadership anthology. Number 1, military veteran, and that's men and women. Number 2, I said veterans for number 1, so number 2 would be men and women who are currently serving in each branch of the armed forces. So that's, Army, Navy, Marine, Air Force, and of course the Coast Guard, right? And that includes all. Men and women who previously served with the co-authors, that's number 3. I get some insight on why they did what they did or why I did what I did. So it to give you some insight and some conversation as far as, in particular, as you move forward and engage with other women. Number 4, this leadership anthology can benefit Department of Army, Air Force, and Navy civilians, right? Those currently serving and those who retired from their GS position. So it would benefit them also, not just men and women in uniform, but the civilians cohort and contractors really, who support them and serve with them and some lead them, right? And number 5, seasoned leaders and emerging leaders who are developing their leadership styles, they can benefit from this leadership anthology. And then college-age women, women in general who are preparing for, they're finding their place and their voice as they continue their leadership journey, right? So that's, if they're finding their voice and they read and they're like, okay, they'll get an idea how to proceed under certain circumstances. And know that in the end, they'll be just fine. Number 7, women aged 20 to 45 who are in positions of authorities. These are managers and supervisors. Because let's just be clear, so people who are in a position of authority are really required and expected to lead people and manage processes, right? And so number 8, men and women who are advocates for women. You can discover how mentoring and coaching and sponsoring women in the workforce, how that actually supports their growth and development by reading this book, discussing it with others. So number 10, people who can benefit from this leadership anthology, advocates for women. And then ROTC cadets. Let's not forget the ROTC cadets. This will help them learn about how their leadership style and also some of their leadership, their experiences, how they can help them grow as leaders and also develop those who they currently lead, because right now they're training with their peers, leading their peers, and then they can also develop those that they lead, right? Number 10, for men and women who seek to understand leadership from a different perspective or experience in their own, because sometimes we have to understand that all we know is not all there is to know, right? So that's number 10 of the 10 people who can benefit from this leadership anthology. First, we went over 10 things about this leadership anthology, and now it's 10 people who can benefit from this leadership anthology. Let me check on the chat again. So what do you think? Because that's where we're putting our comments. What do you think about the 10 people who can benefit from this. Okay, let me see. Oh, I see. Okay, so the cadets, you had forgotten about the cadets. Yes, that's you know, how they're training. So we, you know, people receive their commission to direct commission, ROTC, you know, military academies. We want to consider the people who have already raised their hands and say, hey, I want to lead, and we want to make sure that we provide them this opportunity also. Yes. Okay, another comment is, what about senior military? Oh, enlisted. Oh, yeah, definitely. Don't want to overlook the backbone of the Army at all, right? Or Navy, Air Force, Marine. We want to make sure that all leaders, men and women, are given this opportunity to engage in really this dialogue. That's what this leadership anthology allows you to do, is have a dialogue, and also help you to learn from others' mistakes, right? Okay. And next, so 10 ways you yourself, you can benefit from this leadership anthology. It's a great resource for seasoned leaders as well as up and coming leaders or emerging leaders, you know, people who are still working to develop their leadership style. So use it as a resource, right? And number 2 would be you can consider it a mentoring session. And then guess what? You go ahead and have a discussion with those that you mentor or your own peers. Just have a conversation about it. So it could be a whole mentoring session. You can, number 3, select several of the coaching examples and implement them into your current situation. Number 4, you can create a professional development program, or, you know, the one that you already have, you can enhance it. One of the ways you might do it, you know, you focus on the lessons, tips, techniques that are highlighted within each of the 12 chapters, and, you know, come up with your own program. That'd be very helpful that way. You can use this leadership anthologies, the perspectives you gain, as a way to demonstrate how to adapt to adversity, how to move around it, over it, you know, how not to crumble under the weight of really judgment, right? Adversity, things going very, very wrong. And so you can always, everyone, I believe, can take away at least one new concept or technique on how to overcome obstacles and then successfully and professionally, look at the word right there, professionally, handle leadership challenges, right? That's number 5. And then you can implement appropriate lessons, tips, techniques in your current situation. That's another way this will benefit you. And you can add this book to your toolkit, right? And so it's, like I've already mentioned, it's full of like real life experience from senior leaders. And so this would help you. Number 8, it would help you increase your emotional intelligence. So you just build on your existing soft skills as you read through and reflect. That would be the thing, is give yourself time to read the chapters and then reflect on them and understand. Quite frankly, I believe it lets you know you're not alone, right? And number 9, so you can use this as you read the lessons, the tips and techniques, the examples, to improve your command climate. And number 10, for the people who are serving as mentors right now, you know, share your insight, whatever you've gained. Like, you can just talk to your mentees about it, or you can just let them borrow the book, or better yet, just buy them their own copy so they can read it for themselves, right? And so you can help others learn through our mistakes instead of making those mistakes yourself, right? So that's number 10. That's number 10 ways you can benefit from this leadership anthology. So what do you think? Oh, okay, I see. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, good points. And the toolkit, yes. And sharing the insights. Okay, yes, I see that. I see you. Okay. All right, we're going to keep moving right along. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the comments. wanted to go ahead and share the upcoming Leadership Anthology events with you. Again, the official Leadership Anthology book launch for us is Thursday, September 26, 2019. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite. Go to She Leads 365 Women's Leadership, and it'll come up, and you go ahead and get your tickets for this event. Again, it's in Killeen, Texas, September 26th. Starts at 8:30 in the morning. I suggest you get there about 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes early. This is going to be really, really good. And then the next one is on October 19th, beginning at noon to 4 p.m. And this is Eastern Standard Time. It's at the Blue Note Bistro in Charleston, South Carolina. This event will be a brunch with mimosas. Ooh, that's going to be good. There's only $15, and the menu will include shrimp and grits or crab cakes. Yes. And then we have, this is my event, Angela Odom event. It's the early bird registration is open right now on Eventbrite. This is the SOAR Leadership Confidence Mastermind. It's a one-day mastermind. What I'm going to ask you to do is just, think of this as your sacred space for growth in a high vibration environment. This will give you the inspiration to dream bigger than you ever dreamed before, right? And so you want to treat yourself to a CEO day, like you're the CEO in charge of you day. We're going to be at the Ellis Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia on Saturday, December 14th, beginning at 9 a.m. So come, at least 30 minutes early so you can get in, get yourself settled, start networking right away. And we're going to start promptly at 9 a.m. So you want to walk away with your personal leader development plan, and you will determine your own best next steps, and you're going to create a detailed action plan for the next 3 months. That's going to be pretty cool. Look forward to seeing you there. And the tickets are on Eventbrite right now. So just go to SOAR Leadership Confidence Mastermind on Eventbrite. It'll come right up. There's limited tickets, so I'd go ahead and get my tickets early. By the way, you save like $50. I go ahead and get them early. And the next one is a collaboration with between author Cynthia Kiefer Patton and Angela Odom, myself. So she Leads 365 and the Better You Project will do an event in Decatur, Georgia. And that's February 28th of 2020. February 28th of 2020. That's going to be real good too. We'll give you more information. So what do you think? What do you think? Oh, okay, reading the comments. When are you coming to Mississippi? Oh, I'm going, I'll be in Mississippi Thanksgiving. We're coming up with an event there, looks like it. And, let me see. So, yeah, Mississippi and Thanksgiving of this year. Okay. Oh, you want me to come to Kentucky? Okay, let's plan it. Let's plan it. Let's get together and plan that. Again, Camouflaged Sisters, Leadership Through the Eyes of Senior Military Women Leaders is available now. Go to Angela Odom /books, BOOKS, and that's Odom, ODOM. Thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate you engaging with us today. We went through the Leadership Anthology 10 by 10 by 10, where we talked about 10 things about this Leadership Anthology, 10 people who can benefit from this Leadership Anthology, and 10 ways you yourself can benefit from this Leadership Anthology. So we're really, really appreciative of you showing up, and we will see you on the other side. Always, I'm Angela Odom, and definitely I am rooting for you. And so we will. All right, take care. Go ahead and get your copy at angelaodom.com /books.